multi-exclusive dimensional beenkha with another exclusive. Today's video is going to be about Venus retrograde in Gemini. So yeah, so what is Venus? Venus is dealing with love, beauty, desires, passions. Feel me? That's dealing with basically relating to Mercury. And you can push that into thinking and communication. You can also push that into Gemini, which is basically also dealing with Mercury. But with Venus into play, you got Taurus, which is the sun is in Taurus right now, and you basically got Moon in you got Moon in Aquarius right now. So that's dealing with basically scientifically methods, unique ways, detaching from certain emotional standards, and basically being logical and equipped with things, how things go. And now, what is a retrograde? Retrograde is basically going backwards. So that's basically going back in time. So that's time traveling back. Like your spaceship, your mentality is receiving, it's basically accumulating things and particles that took place in the past. So that's dealing with things you used to normally think about is going to pop up back in the past. People, places, and things, like relationships, issues, or relationship confrontations, relationships, negative feelings, emotions, gonna be good things or bad things. So basically, you know, an ex can pop up back into your life or some shit, hit you up, call you, or you just might run into some person, place, or thing, or you just might run into an enemy or some shit. And it's all dealing with relationships, though. That's dealing with your mother, that's dealing with your father, that's dealing with your sisters, your brothers, your nieces, your nephews, your aunts, your cousins, grandmothers, uncles, and all these spectrums. This play our whole role. So basically, like, whatever took place in the past, whether you was dealing with circumstances and situations, this is pretty much going to pop back up again. We can also relate this back to last year on the date of this time of basically Venus retrograde. So this is dealing with also love, the way your love matters with people, places, and things, circumstances, situations, accumulations. This is also basically dealing with the way you deal with money, practicality, saving money, all kind of uniqueness. So basically, this could be a good or this could be a bad. It's also basically depending on what kind of state of being you in. So you got to understand and understand that shit. This shit goes real deep. Astrology goes deep. So if you're not really into astrology, then I can't really pretty much rectify or redefine certain things to you. So it's very important that you know these basic methods. Astrology don't just stop on your sun sign. You got a moon sign, you got an ascendant sign, you got houses, you got planets, you got conjunctions and shit. And it's also dealing with the body. So this is how you construct things, your structures, your patterns, your routines, kind of energies and elements you're dealing with throughout the process, throughout the days, especially when you walk outside, what kind of information you breathe in, what kind of frequency, vibrations, and energies, what kind of spirits, what kind of circumstances and situations that take place, because you got to understand and understand that you are experiencing, you go through timelines and waves and events. So basically, this is what you basically are picking up. So it's very important to be mindful about what you're perceiving and what you're going to be indulging in on a day-to-day routine pattern, because this can be an advantage or this could be a disadvantage. It could be basically a square where you got to learn things. It could be opposition, opposing energies, opposing threats, feelings, emotions, ideas, and concepts. Also could be conjunctions of opportunities and advancements. It also could be sextiles and new opportunities and shit, ways to manufacture and structure your life on your day-to-day process, people, places, and things, rectifying circumstances and situations, triangles, feel me? It's your opportunities and shit to build your structure. So it's very important to really like utilize this shit and know this shit. So basically, whenever you accumulate and pick this up, things are going to advancement. So okay, back to Venus retrograde. So that's dealing with a lot of intellect, dealing with the thinking and communication. So basically, you know, this is what you're going to be receiving. These are thoughts that's going to basically be flying up in your head. This is things that's going to be alerting you. But it's very important to understand and understand that with circumstances, situations like this, if it's good, you know, you can keep track of it, write it down, and rectify it in your way, and actually take note and take heed to actually manifest them with these circumstances, situations, and the opportunity that you are able to receive from an ongoing process. So never be naive to information that you receive. I mean, but always question this shit. Make sure this is dealing with your resonance, dealing with your optimistic and obstacles in certain ways and circumstances and situations that are basically accumulate in your patterns, in your script, in your spaceship, because you don't want to be indulging in nobody else's spaceship, so it goes real deep. So basically, we're about to break down these alignments, basically about to explain what's going on, what kind of enemy energies you're going to be dealing with, what kind of information you're going to be receiving, all kind of elements and shit, everything that you're going to basically be diving in and shit. Feel me? So this goes real deep. This will save you a whole lot of time of questioning things. You would know that basically, okay, we in Venus retrograde, which is dealing with Gemini, so that's dealing with Mercury. Of course, Mercury is in Gemini, and Venus is in Gemini, so that's going to be dealing with a lot of curiousness, a lot of accumulation, a lot of rotation, a lot of union, people, places, and things. Whoever you are with is dealing with siblings, it's dealing with reality, intellect, dealing with all kind of occasional purposes and stuff like that. So this is basically going to go deep, though. So you just got to act out in your unique way and handle things in your circumstances and situation, with your spirit basically will always guide you. For me, your first thought is the first spirit, so that's whatever you receive. From that will be the feeling, which is the soul, and from that will be the energy, which is basically playing out through your body. So basically, we got Sun and Taurus, so that's dealing with material, beauty, resources, restrictions, and grounding. So basically, at this time, the point of view, this is how you're supposed to be utilizing that. The sun is your physical body. Feel me? That's how you physically represent yourself. Basically, that's how you pretty much push yourself out in the open. So also, we got Moon and Aquarius. So that's dealing with scientific obstacles and circumstances and situations that you're going to be going through on a day-to-day basis. And remember, the moon spends 2 days in the sign. So after it being basically in Aquarius, it basically next will be in Pisces. So that's dreams, imagination. So that's dealing with feelings, emotions. And of course, Taurus and Pisces, they work together. So that's another opportunity, a chance for you to utilize the sun and the moon in your own structure. So that's dealing with the thoughts, that's dealing with metaphysics, and that's dealing with logical thought processes and stuff like that. So right brain is basically dealing with the inner, left brain is dealing with the logical. How you pretty much see with these two eyes, which is logical, and basically how you see with your spiritual eye when you connect the two and bring things into existence. So that's basically how it's being played out. So never just support one side, but always support both. So when you support both and when you utilize and go on within yourself, things will come more attuned and more accumulated to your way, and everything will basically make sense down the line. This way you won't have to be going through no circumstances, situations of actually being left back as far as certain things not coming to construction, not making sense in your day-to-day goals. So also, we got a dismented moon. So basically, this is time to shed light on your fruits and labels, put a little water and seasoning around it, feel me, rectify in your own way. So basically, like, attention goes where energy flows. So at the end of the day, if you do miss out certain opportunities, there's always gonna be an opportunity, a chance for you to actually get up off your ass. Feel me? The universe and God, they always gonna work with you, but it's all about you being consistent. It's all about you being disciplined. So once you utilize that, things are going to your favor and everything will make sense. And you won't have to be out here backtracking and shit like that. Everything will basically go into you in your way, shape, and form. Also, we dealing with I already said that. So we dealing with Mercury and Gemini. So that's dealing with mutable information. So that's dealing with ways of constructing your mind, changes, things you're going to be thinking about, curiosity, a lot of curiosity with love, especially with money, spending right now with this fake ass virus that's going on. So it's going to be a whole lot of changes and stuff like that that's taking place. So that's basically what we're going to be basically constructive upon. So that's how things is going to play out. Feel me? And this could be good and this could be bad, but these are learning circumstances and situations. So at this time, it's just best to, be very disciplined and not be child manner. So Mars is in Pisces. So that's dealing with aggression, power, and desire. And basically, that's dealing with the fire. We can also correlate that with the spirit, which is the fire. But not fire as y'all see with y'all two eyes. This is dealing with gas and aggression and power. So you basically connect that with Pisces. That's dealing with the inner. That's dealing with the feelings, emotions, the dreams, imagination, creativity, your inclination, your intellect. So that's basically how things is playing out and being constructed. So people are going to feel the need to actually be aggressive more internally, whether they dealing with themselves or being self-quarantined. So this is a good time, an opportunity to take advantage of that shit. Find yourself, know yourself, and fight out and shoot out whatever the negative thoughts that's coming to you. So this way you'll better align yourself when you're dealing with these kind of energies, and you won't be overdrawn or overtaken by these energies to the point where you be thinking that all these shits is yours that you're receiving, but it's really not. It just be other spirits that's basically testing and trying to get experience with you. Or it could be a demon that you brought from other people, places, and things that was basically constructed upon you. So it's very important to make sure that you are suitable and you are in the right state of being, dealing with these kind of energies and elements. So it goes real deep. But we got Jupiter and Capricorn, so that's dealing with luck, goals, and also with these luck and goals, you gotta actually experience this. You gotta like really put this. You gotta want to do this. You gotta love to do this. You gotta utilize in your own unique way. You gotta be creative in your own weak way. You gotta kill out all that negative thoughts, feelings, and emotions, and also you gotta put game into this. You gotta know the game. You feel me? You gotta be original with this shit. You gotta actually want to do this. You gotta learn the spectrums. You gotta know the in and outs there. And you gotta basically square these things up. It's for it to go in your way, in your circumstance situation. And that's dealing with Capricorn, because you gotta be very disciplined. You gotta be on it day by day. Feel me? You gotta have your intellect. You gotta like utilize time for important things and shit. And basically construct things in your own way. And feel me? The more you do this, things will actually start to make sense, and you will have your luck and your fruits and goals and your labors. But you gotta be consistent, day-to-day process. Also, we got Saturn in Aquarius, so that's dealing with, structure, and that's dealing with grouping. So, it pretty much, Aquarius and Saturn, they can pretty much get along, because, that's where it sits at. That's where it's comfortable at, too. So, it's really no circumstance situation. I got a moon in Capricorn, I'm an Aquarius sign. So, that's basically dealing with, it could be a day where, you just do things in your way, have your limitations, your restrictions. It could just be days you just basically take off and dominate. So that's basically how things play out when it's dealing with that element and it's dealing with that planet and that sign. So, everybody got that day where they just keep cool, and you got that day where you just basically break bonds and just destroy shit. So basically that's what you need to do. That's what you gotta basically accumulate and utilize that element and that advantage in your own unique way. Don't follow somebody else's way of doing things. Basically, you'll be very disappointed. You'll be very pissed off about that shit. And Uranus is in Taurus, so that's dealing with freedom, rebellions, aggression, passion, desire. So that's basically dealing with your way of actually being free up upon things. Uranus is dealing with but Uranus is a planet, so that's dealing with freedom, revolution, being free of outdated structures, like relating in your own way, having your own energetic force, dominating things in your own desire, your own passion, your own will, orchestrating things to go into your existence, and boom. That's all about the mentality that you're in. When the mind is strong and powerful, you can do so much. But when the mind is compromised and gone, like a lot of motherfuckers, you can't really do too much. Freedom would basically be you just staying inside and shit, thinking that it's a fucking airborne virus outside. Whole time, it's a fake virus. We're in a new age, which is age of Aquarius, and that's dealing with Uranus, rebellious kind of energy. And we just left Pisces constellation, so that's dealing with religion, money, and all that shit. So basically, they're reconstruction and remixing shit in their own way. And being that we're in election season, that's their time and opportunity to actually start to take heed into that. And basically, being that March 21st is a new year, that's the day when shit started being shut down. So basically, it's a new year, new stage, new age. So remixing, remodeling things. So basically, now is the time to basically own yourself, own your power and shit. Now is the time to be relating and allowing a motherfucker just like you to try to take care of something that's airborne when they cannot fucking do that. Virus is not fucking airborne. Understand and understand that shit. Only way you can get a virus from vaccines or fucking raw. If the person is infected with the virus. Understand and understand that shit. That's it, that's all. Also, we got Neptune and Pisces, so that's dealing with, dreams, imagination, creativity. That's your 12th house, basically. Neptune is basically the 12th house of the spectrum. That's it. That's dealing with, freedom. That's dealing with, you going within. That's your dream world. Mysticism. Things you can't see with your two eyes, but things that you are aware, subconsciously and unconsciously aware of in your realm of the spiritual realm, the soul realm, the yin realm. Feel me? That's in Pisces, so that's dream and imagination. So instead of you need to be constructing your dreams, imagination, creativity, and beliefs, and utilize it in your own faith, in your own way, you got the motherfucking TV, the news and shit, reconstructing that shit and leaving your ass into a fantasy. Don't do that shit. You're gonna basically miss out on the fruits and labors of you needed to manifest. So basically, when it comes down to the point where this shit is all over and done and said, you're gonna basically be in the concept of not knowing yourself. You're gonna be psychologically mind fucked, and you're gonna have witchcraft practice upon you because you was basically stuck into a fantasy and somebody else's illusion, somebody else's imagination, and you basically pondered on that shit, and you created a rainbow, and it was brought down to existence into your way to harm you in some way, shape, or form. Also, don't do that shit. Pluto and Capricorn, so that's dealing with death and transformation, rebirth, generation, new ways, new construct, new technology, new advancement, new ways of doing things, new technology, new constructions. That's dealing with and that's dealing with practicality with it. So they practicing this shit. They're trying to see how long they can manage this shit, see how long they can commute up with things so they can retransform shit and do things in another way to have people waiting and shit. But this is all a technology agenda. So if you ain't utilizing Pluto to put death and transformation and some of these practicality shit that you was basically accustomed to, you're going to get washed up under the current, and your ass going to go to hell and stay in hell, basically, which is lower density. So this physical vessel is the hell, is the Satan, is the demon of your motherfucking solar plexus that you basically utilizing on a day-to-day basis. So the moment you get lost into this shit is the moment you basically will remain here and stuck here. That's like basically being afraid to die. And you keep coming back here over and over again. Motherfucker, you better leave this planet with a smile on your face, and you better tell that shit and preach that shit to your motherfucking family members, your friends, and people, places, and things, and stop getting attached to this shit. Because motherfucker, you just came here to visit and have an experience. You didn't come here to get stuck here. You didn't come here to get accumulated and fucking. You didn't come here to be attached to the earth. You just came here to walk on the earth and bring your bitches on stage and utilize earth as your bitch. This is where you came to set up shop. This ain't where you come here to get fucking caught up and lost into the illusion, lost into the motherfucking light. You created the light and it's standing over that shit. If that's the case, you are the creator of this world. And basically what's in front of you, basically what I'm doing right now is your creation. So the same way you're looking at this camera, this camera came from above and it came down here. You got the same power to do this shit in your way, shape, or form. Don't get it fucked up and understand that shit. And also, we got Chiron and Aries, so that's dealing with the wounded planet, the planet of rebirth. Well, I'm not going to utilize it as Pluto. I'm just basically utilizing this as a healing process. Traumas, dramas, all the shit that you went through, dramatic pain and stress, suffering. And right now, it's really clear all that shit out. You got time on your hands. For me, it's a good time to clear that shit out. Even if you got to go to work, clear that shit out. For me, you better add some good thought processes to your mind and shit, and reconstruct your mind the way you thinking, because feel me, you don't want to be in the construct of basically getting washed up under this motherfucking fake ass thing that's going on, and you don't want to be held back. So this is a good time to basically rectify and unify things in your own way, your own technique. Also, we got ascendant. I'm bugging. We got North Node in Gemini, so that's basically dealing with thinking and communication, the way you construct things, your thoughts, the gaining new knowledge and wisdom and stuff right now. For me, this is a good way to get spiritually inclined, use your imagination, go within. For me, it ain't all about just thinking and shit, but it's all about also reimbursing your mind and being constructive and making sure you ain't putting too much time into illusion and logical shit. For me, learn how to blend the two, bring them together. This way, things are going to your structure in your favor. Also, we got ascendant in Aquarius, so that's basically where you rise above. So everybody should be on their unique way of doing things. Everybody should be on their own rebellious way of doing things. Everybody should basically utilize the time to find themselves and not basically get caught up into the spectrum of what's going on. So this is a good time to be spiritually transformed, mentally, physically, and emotionally. So never pass up on these opportunities, for me. Especially when the ascendant is in Aquarius, for me. This is how you rise above. This is how you not get caught up on the leash. This is how you basically be free of any illusions or anything that's coming, that's constructing your way. Also, we got the midhaven in Sagittarius, so basically the high hopes of traveling and stuff. This is like the middle heaven. So basically, once you get above this, you'll reach the excel of you succeeding, doing philosophical points of views, being free in spirit, thinking positive. For me, because once you're in a state of being, once you always vibrate high, once you're always in a good state of being, of vibration, you will always receive the most fruits of labors and enjoyment and success and needs and wants, everything you have within you. Yeah. So it's a good time to rectify this and use this in your own unique way, in your own unique manner. Also, we dealing with Sun sextile Neptune. So the Sun is in Taurus as the time of opportunity and chance, rectify Neptune in your own dream and imagine a creative way, your home and security. So practicality is needed in order for you to actually get to the next level. And if you're not getting to the next level, then you got to find ways to basically better align yourself. And there's always new ways and other ways to align yourself. So don't get lost into other spectrums or other people, places, and things telling you what you need to do, because everybody dreams, everybody's imagination is different. Everybody got their own path, everybody got their own journey. So don't get caught up in the concepts of actually listening to somebody and then basically you don't even know yourself from a hole in the wall, or they don't know themselves in a hole in the world. They just basically bringing you in their world. No, you don't want to go in their world. You want to go in your own world, your own path, your own desire, your own will. So basically utilize that in your own technique, in your own way. Also, we dealing with Moon sextile Chiron. So basically, Chiron is the Aries and the Moon is in Aquarius. So that's freedom and rebellions. Whether you helping people, places, and things, which I will always help people, places, and things. But that's just me. That's who I am. That's the planet that I come from. I come from Uranus. I come from a rebellious place. For me, so it's all about utilizing, doing things in your own unique way. So basically, that's how I do things in my own unique way. I help and I rebel against people, places, and things, whether it's in a good way or in a bad way, whether it's in a different spectrum or anything. That's just how things play out in my own unique way. So basically, whoever's from that planet, they will play their own unique spectrums and their own ways of helping and utilizing people, places, and things. Also, we got Mercury trine Saturn. So that's a good time to utilize responsibilities and duties in a thinkable way. Ground your thoughts and feelings and emotions. Ground that into surface level. Think that and communicate that. And basically, you got the power of speaking things into existence. So it's all about you being consistent. It's all about you doing this on a day-to-day basis. Whether you're speaking to the sky, whether you're speaking to yourself, whether you're going to sleep speaking to yourself, whether you're in a computer speaking to yourself, whether you're speaking to objects, because everything is energy once you utilize it in your own unique way. Also, that's just basically how things play out. Also, we got Sun trine Pluto. So that's the gift to shine bright. So it's your time to shine bright and transform a whole lot of shit, a whole lot of baggage that you don't need in your life. It's time to get rid of that and utilize that in your own way. Also, we got basically Venus square Neptune. So this is the time to nurture and create new ideas and constructs, whether you're in a relationship with a person, place, or thing, whether you're utilizing this for business purposes or people, places, and things in general, whether you're in a relationship with yourself. So this is a new time, a new way to construct new ideas and new techniques and mechanisms that basically play out in your favor, whether it's dealing with the mental exchange, dealing with creativity, enhancements, harmony, balance, peace, all alignments, all in going within, dealing with other people's intelligence. It's basically a good time to utilize that for your spirit, your soul, your vessel, investments, and morality. So do this thing in moderation and things will actually play out in your favor. So, that's pretty much how things are going to play out. So this is basically, about to get into these ascendant signs with this Venus retrograde. We got basically about to get lit with this Mercury dealing with the Gemini retrograde. So, things is like pretty much going backwards. So we got the third house, and so basically we basically about to start breaking this shit down. So with this ascendant sign, the ascendant is basically your rising in power, the mask that you present to people, places, and things, the way you construct yourself, the way you express yourself, the way you pretty much present yourself in the public arena. So we about to basically get into the first house of the ascendant sign. So this is basically dealing with you're gonna be the first house. You're gonna be dealing with if your first house if you got the first house in the ascendant sign, you're gonna be dealing with thinking, communication, and siblings, and neighbors, and people, places, and things around you. You're gonna be in the need to want to express yourself. Thinking the communication is gonna basically be feeling very weird. It's not gonna basically, it'll play out in your favor depending on how things go. You're gonna be receiving a whole lot of thoughts, other people's thoughts, other visions, other aspects, other people, places, and things. This is how it's gonna be basically playing out. So it's gonna be a whole lot of chitty chat. It's gonna be a whole lot of intellect. It's gonna be a whole lot of desires, a whole lot of stuff that's going on. Things that you may not be comfortable with. That's how things is gonna play out, whether it's in the household, whether it's at work or outside. That's just basically how things are gonna be playing out. Things just not gonna construct. It's like being in a dream and trying to talk to somebody and communicate with them and shit. Things just not going in favor. Like you don't even know this person, don't even know you. You don't know who the fuck you is. That's basically how it's gonna basically be playing out, like an illusion. So that's basically dealing with the first house. Yes, if you got the second house, and you got the second house in your ascendant sign, that's dealing with values, money. That's dealing with practicality. So basically, this is a good time, a good spectrum to not, be spending money right now. Save your money. Don't be going crazy. None of that shit. Just basically, utilize yourself and be committed and be very disciplined at this point. That's basically how things is going to play out. You don't want to basically take a regret by spending something. The whole time you spend something, but down the line when it's retrograde over, you're going to regret spending that shit. It's going to be a whole lot of paradigms, a whole lot of illusions and shit. You don't want to go through that. Also, if you got the third house in your ascendant sign, that's dealing with your first appearance. That's basically how you're going to construct yourself. That's basically how you're going to push your individuality out in the public arena. That's how you're going to express yourself. Basically, if you got this in your third house, you're going to feel the need to be receiving kind of different kind of energy as far as you expressing yourself in your own unique way. Remember, things is going backwards. So the way you do things for it is going to be opposite. It's not going to resonate with other people, places, and things. The way you express yourself, talk and communicate with other people, places, and things, try to resonate with people. People going to look at you like you crazy or some shit. So that's dealing with the third house and the ascendant sign. That's basically a reflection of basically what's going to be going on. So that's just how things is going to play out. So if you got the fourth house, in your ascendant sign, this is going to be dealing with a whole lot of opposing energy as far as like the family matters. Like, it's going to feel very strange and weird the way you get with your family, the way y'all come together, the way y'all communicate and talk. Things is going to feel different. And you're going to have to actually try to resonate and switch your comfortability and your home and security around people, places, and things. So whether you're dealing with somebody in your past, whether it's dealing with relationship-wise, things of that nature will pop up. Things of that nature will pop up or appear at your door, whether it's internally or externally. So you'll basically be feeling the need to actually reevaluate and reasset the whole construction of how you present yourself. So if you got the fifth house in the ascendant sign, that's going to be dealing with how you express yourself, your romance, your feelings and emotions. It's also going to be dealing with acquaintanceships, dealing with groups, gatherings. The way you present yourself and express yourself, it's going to feel a little awkward. Energy is going to, people going to just be not resonating with you kind of shit. So the way you express yourself and put yourself out there, and this is what you're going to basically be picking up on. So if you receive this shit, then that's gonna reevaluate and construct your spirit, mind, body, and soul to do things in a different manner, as far as switching things up, as far as like, you know, redirecting your energy, going back in time, like time traveling, just like when the movie Avengers Endgame, when they had to go back in time and fix things because things wasn't how it's supposed to be. That's basically what everybody gonna basically be doing right now, and just fighting off these thoughts patterns that's basically accumulating coming towards you. Also, it's gonna be dealing with a whole lot of it's gonna be a lot of changes, a lot of switch ups for me, and this goes deep though. This goes real deep, and the way you actually was expressing yourself, this is gonna be something that basically pops back up, and if it don't work into your favor, you're gonna have to feel the need to switch things up and find another way, and find a better way, or just get into astrology, basically. Now, if you got the sixth house in your ascendant sign, this is gonna be dealing with ways of working with people, places, and things, structures. When you're at work, you're gonna feel the necessary need to say this place or this outcome is not really working into your favor. That's when the discrimination thing comes into play for me. But don't ponder on that discrimination. Like, try to remix your mind. Try to think differently. Try to like pretty much add good influences and water down your plant. Feel me? Shit gonna be dry as fuck right now. So it's good. It's a good need to actually, you know, remix things for it to go in your way. So, and don't let something outside of you redefine or redictate why or why not things is not going to basically be in your best interest. So this is a good time, you know, make sure you good with your health. Make sure you're not fucking up your nervous system, because this is a good time for it to actually be a free time for you to like work on things and just basically pinpoint, because you know this shit is going to be for 6 weeks. So you're going to be dealing with this Venus retrograde for 6 weeks. So it's a good time to make sure things is getting right with your mind. You want to be basically carrying baggage and leaving things not taken care of. Take care of your responsibilities, so this way you can move from point A to point B, point C very smooth and a whole lot faster. But every day is a one day at a time, though. Don't get it fucked up. Also, if you got the 7th house and the ascendant sign, this is gonna be dealing with opposite energy right here. It's gonna also be dealing with, you know, freedom and philosophical points, religion, spiritual beliefs. It's gonna be dealing with that kind of energy too. But you know, it's also a good thing to not get into no debates, not get into no battles. For me, just try to like be balanced and have harmony and peace with yourself. I mean, of course, it's gonna be very difficult whether you're in a relationship or whether you're not in a relationship with no person, place, or thing. This is the energy that you're going to basically be receiving as far as what's being pushed and thrown towards you. So this is a good time to, you know, just think before you speak. Don't bite the fruit too quick. And just hold back on a whole lot of shit. Because you don't want to basically be quick to get into a debate with nobody right now. Especially during this time, Venus retrograde. You want to just also just exit out of that shit. Don't even feed that shit. Don't give that shit no attention. Don't give it no thought. Feel me? Let people find themselves, for me, because we in a time of shit just going backwards right now. Shit just basically turned, like did a unsuccessful 360. So basically, that's what's happening right now. So also, it's a good way to also make sure you accumulate and make sure you make space and room for things to go into your favor. Also, we dealing with a house. If you got the eighth house in your ascendant sign, this is dealing with values, desires, and pleasures. You're gonna feel the one. You're gonna basically be feeling the one that needs to actually express yourself. And you know, Venus don't like being in this ascendant sign. So you're gonna be dealing with opposite energy. So people, places, things not gonna relate to you. Your wants and needs is not gonna basically be met in your way, or if it does be met in your way, you still might have some kind of rectifying energy that's going to basically persuade it. Or it's a good time to, you know, just save your money, don't overindulge. And if you got a ex or somebody, you know, just leave them alone right now, feel me? Because you're going to regret it down the line. So when that shit is over, don't spend your money, get out of debt, make sure you take care of your responsibilities, don't buy no new car, don't get no new affairs, none of that shit. For me, it's the time to just basically be cool and calm and collective. Try not to get into any desires at this point. Like, just, just be in a good state of being, be in a good state of vibe. Don't let nothing fuck that up, and just basically be consistent. Because the moment you fall off, the moment you about to open your portal for other spirits to come through and conjunct things and fuck things up and screw things up and remix things up. You don't want that shit. Now you want to be focused, you want to be strong, you want to be committed. Actually getting through the 6-week process. So basically, we can swim and be free again. So it's like carrying fucking emotional baggage, carrying karma and shit. So whatever you regret in the past is basically here again. So if you regret fucking this girl, it's gonna be here again. If you regret talking to this person, it's gonna be here again. But if you regret cursing this motherfucker out, it's gonna be here. So basically, that's the kind of energy elements you're dealing with, good or bad. So just depending on how you're gonna handle these things. You're gonna handle it in a good way. You're gonna resist, or you're gonna bite into the fruit. Because once you bite into the fruit, understand what I'm saying, you got to be prepared for what comes with that shit. All right, look. Also, we dealing with 9th house in the ascendant sign. That's dealing with, like, balance and harmony in relationships. So it's going to be a lot of misunderstandings and shit. You're going to basically feel the need that you are the reason why things is not going perfectly well, and the blame game is going to play into effect. So if you got the 9th house in your ascendant signs, it's a good time to, just be calm and cool and collective. Don't bite that fruit. Don't be so, feel me, just be, like, have peace. Like, don't even, like, just chill right now. Just chill. Like, a lot of people don't know themselves right now. So if you're in a relationship with somebody who don't even know themselves and shit, it's a good time, just chill, especially if you really love this person. So if you don't really love this person, the relationship might just fuck around and end. That's how it pretty much is going to play out. So, it's a good time to, just be calm, cool, and collective, you know what I'm saying? Have peace, get some ice cream, do some massages, Don't try to bite the fruit of getting into an argument, because it's going to really fuck shit up, too. So, for me, we dealing with backward energy and shit. Like, what's a plan to go backwards? What's a retrograde hit? Man, forget that shit. Like, depending on how powerful you are and how much you going to let shit slide, how much you going to let shit get to you. Now, if you're a spiritually strong motherfucker, you ain't going to let that shit get to you. For me, you're going to be spiritually inclined. You're going to basically get through this motherfucker without having any circumstances, situations, or issues. Now, if you're dealing with 10th house in your ascendant sign, you're going to feel the need to change things, change your values, change the way you eat, change the way you think, change the way you express yourself, your freedom. That's dealing with, like, home, works. Like, this is a good time not to buy no expensive shit. It's a good time to save your money, be disciplined, for me. Practicality, for me. Clairvoyance, meditation, going within, for me. Getting in your yoga shit and grounding yourself right now, feel me? Finding other new ways to basically try to sustain yourself through this 6-week process, because you don't want to fuck around and eat the fruit, and you're going to fuck around and just manifest more doubt, aggression, and to the point you can fuck around and harm yourself. And, feel me? Being that what's going on right now with this virus and shit, these 5G towers is kind of fucking with the weather. So basically, this is a perfect time to basically get right with yourself as far as health wise, and make sure your immune system is strong and up to date, and making sure that you're making business trips on a small spectrum. Feel me? Like, just try to, like, lower down the price and shit. Do something that's gonna basically work into your favor. You don't want to overindulge into overprice people, places, and things. You don't want to overindulge into shit like that. I mean, it's a good time to, like, lower down the prices and just basically being suitable with yourself. You don't want to get it out of hand with yourself, because shit right now can basically play out in a huge spectrum. If you got the 11th house in your ascendant sign, and you're gonna feel the need to want to express yourself, basically have more thoughts, have more ways of doing things, redirecting energy, and finding new ways and new things to basically to fulfill you and make you happy. New ways of entertainment, new ways of expressing yourself, new ways of fire, new ways of passion, desires, aggression, willing things into existence. I mean, don't overindulge though. Don't get into any concepts. For me, because this is gonna be a time where an ex pop up, or ex hit you up, or communicate with you, or get back with you. So you just gotta be very aware and alerted. For me, especially if that person wasn't in your best interest. And also, it's very important to really be realistic about things. But if you got the 12th house in your ascendant time, and then in your ascendant time, and your ascendant sign, that's going to basically be dealing with dreams and imaginations, feelings and emotions, and thoughts and ideas and concepts of you receiving from people, places, and things, home and security, family members. You're going to feel the need and want the need to basically, express yourself more and be aware of other alignments and other family. Like, basically, it's like a reverse right now. So you're going to basically, like, a family members might pop up to your house. You're going to be like, what the fuck? All kind of shit. You feel me? So it's basically going to play out that spectrum. Just be calm, cool, and collective. And, this will be a good opportunity, or it could be a bad opportunity, but it depends on how these people vibrate. Everybody vibrate differently, so these are the spectrum that you're going to be with taking. You're going to have financial problems going to pop up, money going to pop up. Feel me? You don't want the need to basically, reevaluate and look at things and go over that contract that you signed previously. So it's a good time to, not to overindulge, but if you got some unfinished business, what pretty much you didn't take care of in the past and the previous, now is the time to get this shit done so we could be moving on and shifting into another space and location for our better need. Even though we're doing this every day, but being that a planet is backwards, they got to basically accumulate all the particles, all the dust, all the bullshit that took place in the past. So that's how shit's gonna really be playing up. So now, basically, if you got Venus, so basically we about to go through these signs real fast and shit, and break down the sun signs and the moon signs, and basically what you're gonna basically be physically expressing, what you're gonna basically be physically, feeling emotionally, actually, what you're gonna basically be receiving. So Aries and Aries sun. So you're going to feel the need to basically, figure out and get through all the obstacles that's basically pondering you, and basically whatever's basically accumulating you, or basically what's going to your favor. You're going to want to find a need to basically rebel against this in a unique way, in your own way of doing things, whether it's dealing with family, communication, existence. And basically, if you got a moon sign, you're going to want the need to express yourself in a more unique and sustainable way. This is how it's going to play out. So if you got the from our Taurus, you're going to want the need to basically withhold back and be aware and alert about people, places, and things, whether you're being treated correctly or misbeing treated. So it's going to be like a reevaluation thing. And also, if you got a moon sign in Taurus, you're going to be feeling the need to actually reevaluate people, places, and things, or you're going to be feeling energies of other people, places, and things basically falling back on you. And also, if you got a Gemini sun, you're going to want to feel the need to express yourself more, and basically other people, places, and things are going to feel the need to express yourself more. You may not resonate with them, they may not resonate with you during this time. Also, if you got a Cancer sign, you're going to want to feel the need to express yourself on a unique manner as far as love and appreciation, thinking and communications. But when it's going back, you're going to feel it from other people, places, and things, and it's going to feel very strange as far as them expressing themselves towards you. If you got the fifth house if you got the sun in Leo, you're going to want to feel the need to express yourself in a unique manner, and basically be you as far as how you express yourself and go upon things in reality. And you're going to receive people, places, and things. When you're dealing with your moon sign, you're going to receive people, places, and things expressing themselves to you in a different way. And basically, you may not resonate with these people, places, and things. So that's how it's going to play out in that spectrum. And also, if you got Virgo, dealing with the Virgo sun signs, you're gonna basically want to feel the need to be practical with things and be aware of certain things and circumstances and situations. Because remember, we're going back into time now, so the way you perceive yourself is gonna be your own unique way. But the way other people, places, and things receive yourself, if you're dealing with the moon sign, you're going to basically be picking up and backtracking on certain circumstances, situations, as far as businesses wise, other people, places, and things, discrimination, criticism, and all kind of spectrums is going to be basically playing out in this mechanism with this Venus retrograde and Mercury Gemini. So if you're a Libra, you're gonna want to feel the need to express yourself in a balanced, harmonious way, and you're gonna come across people, places, and things that you relate to. You may not relate to certain people, places, and things, but don't bite the fruit. And also, this is a good time to have balance and have peace and harmony right now, especially with yourself. You ain't gotta always be with a person, place, or thing. So you're gonna want to feel the need to basically be free willed and just do what you do. Feel me? Because we dealing with reverse, so everything is in reverse at this point. And if you're a Scorpio, you're gonna want to. If you're a Scorpio sun sign, this is gonna be you expressing yourself in your own unique way of love, and basically getting the concepts of certain thoughts, feelings, and emotions, and ideas and concepts that you're gonna be receiving, whether it's dealing with people, places, and things, your values, the desires, and also how you punctuate yourself through this whole 6-week process. And if you're a moon sign, you're gonna feel the need to actually pretty much evaluate and excuse yourself from certain beings and people, places, and things that you will come across on a day-to-day routine basis. If you got the 9th house, I'm dealing with Sagittarius now, so you're gonna want to express yourself, and you're gonna basically rebuke yourself in a certain technique, because remember, everything is in reverse. So the way you express yourself towards people, places, and things, it's gonna be a switch up now. Like the whole concept as far as traveling, getting connected with other people, places, and things. These things is gonna reappear in your mind. So you're gonna want to feel the need to express yourself and communicate with other people, and also other people gonna want to express themselves and feel the need to actually communicate with you. And this is how it's gonna play out with a reflection, which is the mirror, which is how you're gonna perceive things and other people, places, and things. If you got the 10th house, that's dealing with new ways. That's dealing with health, how you construct yourself, how you present yourself in the public arena. You're gonna want to feel the need to lighten up the load, come across things that you didn't take care of as far as new business goals, new structures, and new ways of constructing things. And if you are Capricorn moon, you're gonna feel the need to actually get back into routines and patterns that was actually working with you through the past. And this is how you're gonna reflect it and construct it in certain ways. If you are Aquarius, you're gonna want to feel the need to express yourself in the public arena in your own unique way. You're gonna basically be feeling free by expressing yourself and indulging in certain circumstances and situations. Basically, you're gonna be your free, unique way. And if you're an Aquarius moon sign, you're gonna feel and want the need to express yourself in a huge way, in a unique way, in a harmonious way. Whether it's dealing with desires, passions, goals, and groups, this is what you're gonna be feeling as far as that. And if you are Pisces, it's gonna basically be, you're gonna want to feel the need to actually express yourself through home and security, and finding new ways to switch things up for it to work into your new mechanism, into your new techniques and your new ways of doing things. And if you are a moon sign and and Pisces, you want to feel that from other people, places, and things, as far as them expressing yourself the way you do things and construct things. But you're going to feel opposing energies, but you're going to also feel the need to do things and express yourself and have home and security around your family members, your friends, your relationships, or acquaintanceships of people, places, things you relate to or resonate with best, whether it's dealing with work, home, or anywhere. This is basically how you're going to construct yourself in the public arena. And that's pretty much the alignments of what's basically going to play out with this new Venus retrograde. So it's a good time to, just get back with yourself and keep pushing forward. And don't let this shit fuck you up, and don't bite that fruit. It's very important to make sure you're not indulging in certain things that's going to construct you and hold you back. It's a good time to, just sit back, focus on what's going to benefit and go into your favor, and that's how you work and break things down from the here on out. So, I love y'all. Y'all be safe and don't let this shit bite you or get through you. Feel me? Be very stable, be very practical with how you do, and don't give up. The universe is testing you.